following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
What's up? What's happening, everybody? And welcome in to another episode of the Uptempo Podcast. Like always, I'm your host, Blake Lane, here tonight with my co-host, Dustin Smith, and we are here to talk some Auburn Tigers baseball. Dustin, man, hell of a week. Once again, we're going to keep on saying it, brother. We're here like a broken record over and over again. Same week, different week, same outcome, I should say. Man, frustrating. And it all started in the midweek with the loss at Georgia Tech. Just a heartbreaking loss there. Just to battle back once again while you're playing Georgia Tech. After everything goes wrong, you battle your way back, and then everything continues to go wrong in extra innings. And then, man, you go take game one at Alabama on the road, Dustin, and you're feeling damn good about yourself. You have a horrific ninth inning, but you still find a way to win a game 8-4, and you really just beat the hell out of them, honestly. And you come back Saturday and Sunday with your season on the line, and in my opinion and your opinion, I know you have voiced that as well, and you just absolutely lay an egg. I mean, you just said, hey, I don't want to be here. I don't want no part of the big moment. I'm out. I'm done. I'm not going to show up. When the lights get bright, I'm nowhere to be found. And this was probably the biggest letdown performance that I have seen out of Auburn baseball since the Butch Thompson era has begun. It was the biggest letdown that I've seen. It was pathetic, man. It was absolutely pathetic that some of our brightest guys just flat out didn't show up, checked out. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, Dustin. But it was piss poor, man. It was piss poor. And I just don't know where this team goes, Dustin. Like, we've talked about it. You know, the postseason was probably on the line. And now you're looking at, damn, you got to start winning some games to even make it to Hoover. You know, we just talked about that off air. And you're struggling, man. You're limping into a Mississippi State series this weekend where my goodness, did you see the atmosphere in Starkville this weekend? They're hot. They've taken back-to-back series. Yeah, they beat Alabama. They took 2 or 3 from Alabama, and then they go to Starkville, and they're at home in front of 16,000 people. The Duty Noble is absolutely rocking, and they take 2 out of 3 from Ole Miss. That's back-to-back series dubs, and now they're coming to Plainsman. And you're limping in here, and people are starting to wonder, what is Auburn baseball made of this year? Dustin, do you have any idea of what we're made of?
No, because if you told me before the weekend that we were going to hold Alabama to the amount of runs that we did, 6 on Sunday, 4 on Saturday, and then 4 on Friday, I would have said we sweep them.
And Dustin, what's crazy is those 4 on Friday, they shouldn't even have scored 4 on Friday.
Right.
All right. So you held them to a bare minimum. I mean, if you would have told me, like you were just saying, if you would have told me that, Dustin, I'm going in there thinking we're sweeping, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, and I think that you beat them easy, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, well then you go through it and you kill them. Yeah, dude, we're going down fast, man. We've lost back-to-back midweek games. The only SEC series that we've won was Georgia, and even in that one, we got smacked 24-7 in the third game. So, yeah, this is we've talked about this with the football team. Whenever you would have a game where we would have 80 passing yards and we would lose, obviously, and then I'm talking about Missouri. And then you come back the next. Well, we won the Missouri game, but you know how that ended. But it was a very bad performance.
Would you call that a win?
No. It saved Brian Harsin for another month and hurt us ultimately. Yeah, and actually it delayed. Yeah, it delayed what turned into be. We maybe make a bowl game, but so then like the next week, right? We come out and Robbie throws for 380 yards versus LSU. And same kind of situation. We still lose. And me and you talk about it the next day, and we're like, damn, if you would have told me before the game we were going to throw for 380 on them, I would have said we won. Same thing with basketball this year, right? It was usually scoring issues. Like, you'll have your issues, but like there would be times when we would shoot the lights out, and me and you would look at the percentages and we would look at the turnovers, and we would go, how did we lose this game? At some point, it's just one of them things where bad teams find ways to lose games. And we're far enough in the season. So since March 10th was the start of the Southeast Louisiana series, we're 8-15 since then. 8-15. Like, at what point do you just say, oh, okay? I mean, shout out to Tommy Vale, like great start Friday. Saturday could have really got out of hand, but the bullpen managed. And then Sunday, I thought Herberholz looked great. So like, clearly your best overall pitching performance throughout a weekend from start of SEC play. We've all been clamoring, every Auburn baseball fan. Pitching got to step up, got to step up. Pitching got to step up, got to step up. Well, Blake, read off what the top 5 guys in the lineup did this weekend whenever we finally did step up.
Okay. Matter of fact, I got it right here. Here we go. Bryson Ware, 1 for 12. Ike Irish, 3 for 12. Cole Foster, 2 for 13. Bobby Pierce, 2 for 11. Cooper McMurray, 1 for 8. Did draw quite a few walks. All right, I will give Coop that. But that comes out to 9 for 56, which is a 160 average. All right, 160. When your top guys go on the road in a must-win series and hit 160, and that's supposed to be what you stand on is offense.
Right.
You're putting up, I mean, hell, you go to Georgia Tech and you're lighting the scoreboard up, and you're also getting it lit up because you can't throw strikes, but you light the scoreboard up, and you come into Alabama, and later in game 1, you started hitting the ball. If it wasn't for Chris Stanfield right there in the second inning in game 1, hitting the 2-run bomb, I don't know how that one would have turned out. But eventually, you woke up later in the game and started hitting the baseball a little bit. But, man, you avoided Grayson Hitt, who apparently got injured for Alabama earlier in the week, and you didn't even have to face him, who was their number 2 guy. And he's a nice big lefty who throws, pretty hard. And I watched him throw against Mississippi State the week before, and he shut Mississippi State down. I think he gave up 4 hits. He walked a couple guys, but as soon as Alabama pulled him, Mississippi State started teeing off on their bullpen. And, I wasn't worried about this Alabama pitching staff. I said, we're going to score runs, man. If our pitching shows up, we are going to dominate this series. And boy, were we wrong. I'm mind blown, man. I mean, game 1, Tommy Vale pitches you the performance of the year.
Yeah, awesome.
He shows you the performance of the year, Dustin.
Our best start, huh? I think that's our best start all year.
What he go 6 2/3? I think he gave up 2 hits. He did walk 4 people, and then he had 4 Ks. All right, and then Tanner Bauman. We're not going to talk about that in the 9th and everything, and having to bring Will Cannon in. That was an absolute disaster. But you still get the 8-4 win, Dustin. All right, so you got to be feeling good going into Saturday, right? And you come out
just like Florida.
Just like Florida, man. You dominated game 1. Great point, Dustin. But one thing I'll tell you about Saturday, man, and I want to get your opinion on this, is when you saw Drew Nelson's name penciled in as the Saturday starter, what were your thoughts? Because mine was we were basically throwing game 2. That's how I felt. We were going to say, hey, here's Drew Nelson. We're going to hope we can score 10, 11 runs and just hope and pray to God that we don't give up 12, 13. All right. That's how I felt because I don't know. I thought Crotchfeld should have got the ball. That's just me. I wanted your thoughts.
Yeah, I wasn't as upset about it as you. Just from the standpoint, because like up until this weekend, I don't have any answers for our pitching. So like I don't. There's really nothing. Like because anytime I say okay, I think this guy needs to get more run, he comes out and gets drilled. So I don't have any answers as far as that goes. I know that they put it together on this staff. Some guys like Drew had a tough weekend with it, but then then the bullpen comes in and locks it up. It's like, bro, out of all the series for our pitchers to get it all worked out, they got it worked out on the road versus your biggest rival, and then you get those numbers that you talk about. My bigger issue in game 2, as far as who started and who didn't, is something I know that you were very passionate about as well, and that was Stanfield not getting the go. Like you said, 2-run home run Friday night. Why are you not starting Saturday? And he's hot. He's hot as a pistol, bro. He's been, he's figured it out these last couple of weekends, and then he doesn't go. And then it was so weird, Blake, that like it made me think maybe he got dinged up or something. But then you see him pinch hit in the ninth, and he gets a hit. And it's just like, oh my goodness gracious. Like, what are we doing here, man? Are we overthinking this thing or what? I don't know.
Well, Dustin, I'll speak my mind right here. All right. And Auburn fans, hang with me here because, like I've said multiple times already in this episode, this was a must-win series. Okay. How do you hit a 2-run bomb? All right. You play electric defense. You've hosed numerous people at the plate this year from left field. You saved the game against Texas A&M or we would have gotten swept. All right. How does Chris Stanfield not get put in the damn lineup for game 2? Unacceptable. That is the worst coaching decision I've seen all year. Piss poor, unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. I just can't, man. I can't get over it. As soon as I saw that lineup come out, I said, we lost. We're done. Done. No way, man. No way. What does Chris Stanfield think? Like, dude, how the hell did I just play like I did? I literally just hit a 2-run bomb yesterday, played my ass off in left field. I swipe bags. I lay down bunts, do everything that I'm told. And I get sat for Justin Kirby, who is an absolute liability on defense, in my opinion, and who just, he picked up a hit in game 2, but it hasn't been anything special this year. It's not been the production that everybody thought they were going to get out of him.
Yeah.
And Stanfield's on the bench. And then, like you said, you bring him in the ninth, and he hits a freaking laser out to right field on a frozen rope.
Yeah, that really makes it hard to justify. That really kind of solidifies your point. Yeah. In the game where he scored 2 runs, what does him having 3-4 more at bats mean?
Dude, what if he? Well, okay, here's my thing. What if he walks? What if he walks and swipes a bag and you get a hit?
Sure.
And there's a run, bro. I mean, he's got to be in the lineup. There is no way for the rest of the year, bro. I'm sorry, unless he gets hurt. There's
Yeah,
no
no,
way
and
he shouldn't be in the lineup.
I agree with you. And furthermore, on that, it's kind of at the point to where, yeah, I'd rather see as many freshmen play as possible. Because I'm not saying you're throwing in the towel, but like your must win stuff started versus A&M 2 weekends ago.
Yep.
So where it is now is like, I truly believe this, Blake. Our next 5 games are what do we have tomorrow? Sanford, right? You got
Sanford.
Sanford, and then you have the 3 weekend series versus Mississippi State, and then you have Troy coming in. That on that next, I think we need to go 5-0, and I really do. I don't think taking 2 or 3 is enough this weekend. And if you lose your third midweek game in a row tomorrow to Sanford, then you can just talk. You can talk. I mean, you can put whatever postseason hopes they're done. Unless you just by the miracle of God get on this crazy hot streak. And it's like because I mean, I'm not like you still play LSU in South Carolina, so as unlikely as it seems, those games haven't been played yet. If you take those 2 series, all of a sudden you're talking about something different. But like I said, the time was 2 weekends ago.
Yep.
So now you got to get going. You got to get going. And here's the frustrating thing too about this is let's take all the implications into this season. Sure, all that. I get it. I've been worried for a couple weeks about us missing a regional, even making the tournament. Now I'm worried about us making Hoover, which is just a ridiculous spot to be in considering the success we had last year. I know we lost a lot of guys, but you gotta build it, man. You gotta keep stacking it. You gotta have sustained success. So but the most frustrating part about this to me is let's just go through it. In this sports year, this school year, football 49-27. Basketball, Alabama swept us. Baseball, they won the series, obviously. Gymnastics, they beat us. Women's basketball, they swept us. Tennis, they got us. Soccer, they got us. Like, man, it's hard to kind of. I think we got them in men's tennis, or maybe it's women's tennis, but we got them in like 1 or 2 sports total. Like, I just, man, I'm sure we beat them in equestrian. I just,
No,
but
they don't have
that's the big
equestrian.
boy. Okay, well then, yes, automatic dub.
Yeah.
But and then we lost the equestrian national championship this weekend, and shout out to those ladies for making it. But I'm just saying, like from a weekend standpoint, like goodness gracious. So yeah, dude, not a good. It's hard for us to say anything to Alabama right now. We talk all that trash, as we should, like you always say, it's part of the rivalry. But man, when it comes to the big 3, and then we see football, basketball, and baseball, and then you look at how big gymnastics has become as well, and they got us in that. So that's really a big 4 when you think about how big gymnastics has got. I'm begging the softball team. I'm begging you, ladies.
Yeah.
Bree Ellison, y'all find a way, man. Find a way. Get it done. Give us something. It's bad, Blake.
Dustin, did you think after dropping game 2, did you think coming back for game 3 on Sunday, Auburn had a shot? Or do you think they were dead?
Yeah. I thought we had a shot because I had that feeling of like if I know this is a must-win game, they have to know it's a must-win game. And there's talent on this team. And I mean, Bama's just not that good. And that's another very discouraging part about this. It's like, okay, man, we're losing to good teams, we're losing to bad teams, we're just losing. So, like I said, 8-15 since that Southeast Louisiana series. That's a large enough sample size to say maybe that's what you are.
Great point. And, that was my thing going into Sunday is I was like, okay, well, we lost Saturday. And then I found out in a group message that Grayson Hitt was out. And I was like, okay, well, we're not having to face Grayson Hitt. I was wondering where he'd been. We're in good shape. We're in a good spot, And so I was confident, especially after Zach threw the 3 innings and was lights out. I was like, okay, we're in a good spot. The bullpen kind of, they hung around and they battled a little bit in game 2 and they kind of saved face.
Zach kept us in the game.
Yeah, they save-faced, man, and so I was positive going into game 3, but where I lost all my positivity is what was it, the 5th inning? The 5th
There's a
inning?
lot of boy from about the
No,
5th or 6th inning on. I got a lot of double plays wrote down that we
well
grounded into. That's
well,
what you're talking about.
no, it was the 5th inning. Herbert Holtz walked the first 2 guys, I believe. He led the inning off with back-to-back walks. We were up 1-0 because Nate LaRue singled in the run. Great piece of hitting from Nate right there. That was really nice to see. But we walk back-to-back guys, and we come out to the mound. We pull Herbert Holtz, which was a good decision, and we bring in Chase Isbell. All right, and Chase Isbell with runners on first and second. What did he do, Dustin? I think he hit Jim Jarvis in a 1-2 count to load the bases on a breaking ball. I might add 1-2 count. All right. Let me tell you something. You're in a 1-2 count and you throw a breaking ball, it better be buried in the dirt, not at a guy's shin. All right. Put it in the dirt, man. Bounce it off the plate. I don't care. Then he comes back, and I think, what's the dude's name? Seidel or whatever. Hadn't got a hit all weekend, and you walked him. All right. And you walked a run in.
Mm-hmm.
And then guess what? You get Drew Williamson, probably their most purest hitter in that Alabama lineup. And he comes up and hits an absolute piss rod back up the middle, and they take the lead 3-1. I said right there, game 3, over. It's dead. It's done. That took all the life out of Auburn right there. It was over with, man. You could tell plain as day. Somehow Auburn gets out of it, and like you brought up, I mean, how many double plays did Auburn hit into? And they were just bad, man. Like lead off walk, get a runner on, lead off hit, you get a runner on, and it's just bang, double play. All right, get Alabama smooth out of the inning, and then their reliever, the 6'4" kid, 6'5" kid, that lefty they brought in, man, absolutely dominant. His stuff was just smooth as a whistle, man. I mean, he was damn good. I enjoyed watching him pitch, but just frustrating, man. I get left speechless once again, and then I gotta hear, stuff on social media of, oh man, y'all thought that y'all were in everything school, and now you're the definition of
Hey,
little brother.
I said it. I said I pointed out all the stuff we lost to them in this year, and I said,
Yeah,
man, if we're in everything school, then what are they?
they.
Then what are they?
I'll be honest with you, and Auburn fans, you might not want to hear this, but they are an everything school. All right,
Yeah,
they're getting to
yeah.
the point of being an everything school. All right, gymnastics, cheerleading. Their men's basketball has won 2 SEC titles. Their baseball team is on the come up with Coach Bohannon over there. Their football team speaks for itself. We don't even have to go down that road with the GOAT and all the national championships over there. So, hell, you want to, Auburn fans need to get pissed, man. Auburn fans need
Yeah,
to
for
show
sure.
some emotion. You're over here talking about the basketball portal and all this stuff, man. Look, let that play out. Let that
Can I
play
say
out.
something? I'll say something about that. If you're going to tweet nonstop about portal in football and basketball, know the rules. Know the rules. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what Hugh Freeze is not going to do. He's not going to sign a portal quarterback from the SEC. Okay, so know the rules. If you look up the rules, you would know why that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Dustin, I I'm just lost, man. I'm lost right now with this baseball team. we got Sanford tomorrow night. That's, like you said, a must-win game. I mean, do you think they fall off? I don't want to say that. Do you think with Mississippi State coming to town, how do you feel about that series? I mean, Mississippi State's trending up, Auburn's trending down. I don't know, man.
I mean, Blake, like I said, dude, if you would have told me we pitched the way we pitched this weekend, I would have thought we swept, and instead we only won one game. So
Crazy.
I don't know what to make of it, man. And I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna have to believe that we're not gonna win these series until I see otherwise. I don't have any reason to look at it, because now I look at it and say, because we've been saying for months, if we get the pitching figured out, we'll turn this thing around. Well, now all of a sudden, we have a good pitching weekend and we still found a way to lose the series. So I don't know what this team is at this point. So no, it's hard for me to look at it and say there's going to be, that we're going to pull this one out. Mississippi State's a team that's getting hot.
Yep.
And we're not. But like I said, it's literally now or never starting tomorrow. Like maybe the puppies can bring us good luck and turn this thing around, bro. Because I mean, daggone, dude, it's just it's now or never, buddy.
Yeah. Let's see. 3 with Mississippi State, South Carolina, no shot. LSU, no shot. Ole Miss, we might be able to get that series. Missouri, we might be able to get that series. Oh boy. Rough times for Auburn baseball, man. But Dustin, man, wrapping this thing up tonight. I always want to leave you with your moment on the dance floor and let you get out whatever you want to get out, man, and your time to shine.
Yeah, just I want to say something positive about it. So it's like, just shout out to like Tommy Vale. Like, you stepped up, dude, in a Friday night start where we had to have it. Tommy steps up and does his thing. Zach comes in, like you said, gives 3 good innings. Maybe he's earned a spot back in that rotation sometime soon. We'll see. Maybe he can get a midweek game or something. And then this is the first weekend that the bats have performed like that, right? So if they do what they've done up until this weekend, and then the pitching found something, like if Tommy Vale found something, if Crotchfeld found something, then maybe there's a path forward. But the time is now. And then other than that, man, just hit that like button, subscribe to us, and we're gonna be back in a couple of days. Just talking about some football transfer portal, basketball portal, checking in on all that, football recruiting and all that kind of stuff. So we'll holler at y'all in a couple of days.
Love that, man, and I definitely agree. Tommy Vale, Herbert Holtz, both look really good. Man. Tough pill to swallow, and I thought Crotchfeld was at least competitive in a starting role, and that's why I felt like he should have gotten the go in game 2 instead of me seeing Drew Nelson's name, because he has been in that starting role before and he hasn't been competitive. All right, let's just call it how it is. He hasn't been competitive unless it's against North Alabama. All right, so
right.
That hurt to see. Dude just wasn't there. I mean, it's just, it is what it is, man. He hasn't been there in the starting role. So he threw an inning. There you go. That tells you that. Couldn't even make it out of the second inning. So just absolute shit show in Tuscaloosa, if we're being honest. So, man, tough, dude. Tough, man. I don't – this is tough, man.
Not the way we thought this season was going to go.
Dustin, that's the thing, man. Is like, was I really sitting here thinking we were going to get back to Omaha? No. Maybe the orange and blue goggles that I always wear. Yeah. Okay. I probably put the orange and blue goggles on. Hey, we're going back to Omaha. But did I really, after everything we lost last year, was I like, man, we're really going back to Omaha? Nah. I was like, hey, super regional. Well, we'll probably make a super regional, But this man, this is like I mean, who's had a well, they didn't even make it to Omaha last year because Tennessee's fallen off the face of the earth. They're unranked. They're 5-10, also in the SEC, and they didn't even make it to Omaha last year. So, who's had the bigger fall off? I mean, did Auburn have the bigger fall? I mean, we did make it to Omaha, and I mean, we're shitting the bed. So, I don't know, man. That's just how bad it hurts. I see people like on social media, like some fans, bro, are like making fun of Tennessee, and I'm like, bro, we have no right to make fun of anybody. Like,
Not right now,
period.
no.
Yeah, we were just in Nebraska, all right, and now we might be sitting on the couch this postseason because we go in and we score. What is that? 10, 11 runs in 3 games. That's tough against a mediocre pitching staff. Don't sit
Right.
here and tell me
100%.
that Alabama's pitching's great because it's not. All right, I watched them get absolutely shelled by Mississippi State the weekend before. So don't sit here and tell me that Alabama has great pitching because they don't. Their starting pitching is a little better than ours, but their bullpen is cheeks. And they shoved it up our rear end this weekend. So, yeah, I'm going to get on here. I'm not going to be full of positivity. If that's what you come on here to look for, I hate it. Sorry, this ain't the podcast for you. We're going to tell it how it is. And there's just not a whole lot to look up to right now. But damn it, one thing I will tell you is that Chris Stanfield better be in the starting lineup from here on out. That's the worst coaching decision I've ever seen. I mean, just absolutely piss poor. I mean, look, I don't disagree with Butch a whole lot, dude. Like, I think he is one hell of a baseball coach. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not the head coach for the Auburn Tigers. He is. I trust him. I love the job that he's done. But Dustin, when I saw that, dog, horrible.
Yeah,
Just,
no, and then he comes in and ropes one, so it's just like,
and he's an elite defender, bro. Like, dude can.
yeah,
I mean,
and I do want to touch on that. I have this look defensively this weekend, awesome.
oh man,
Like Case and Howell, Bobby Pierce made some awesome plays this weekend. Caden Green
yep,
is really starting to come around and make some good plays on defense as well. He had
yeah,
a really good weekend. So, like, from a defensive standpoint. So, it's just like that's what's so frustrating, bro, is that you pitched so well. You played lights out, highlight Sports Center top 10 type defense, especially Kaysen and Bobby. And Nate put on a show behind the plate,
yeah,
bro. He did. I mean, we were light out defensively this
yep,
weekend. Lights out. Can't ask for much more, and can't ask for any better from our pitchers. I mean, that's the best they can do right there. And I'm not saying that disparagingly. Overall, the results were great,
yeah.
and you lose the series. You just
Bro,
throw your hands up, man, and say, "Damn it, dude."
my dad texted me yesterday, and he said, "So you mean to tell me that Nate LaRue drove in a run and we lost 6-1?" And I
Right.
said, "Yeah." And he said, "Man, if you told me that Nate LaRue got a hit and drove in a run, had a ribby," he said, "I'd at least think we put up 15 runs." And I said, "Right?" Like, when I saw Nate drive in a run, I said, "Hey, we're about to beat the piss out of these dudes." And roles were reversed, man. So I just want to see this team bounce back. I want to see them go down fighting. I want to see them bounce back this weekend, this week. Look, man, I'm with you. I think you need to go undefeated this week.
Yeah,
You can't lose a game. You can't lose a game.
can.
You can't lose a game. You got to beat Mississippi. You got to sweep Mississippi State at your park in order to keep your postseason hopes alive. I honestly believe that. So, look, I'm sitting here, man, and I'm saying that the postseason's out of reach, but there's still a path. If you sweep this weekend, there's still a path to the postseason. But damn it, you got to sweep. You got to take care of business. So Dustin, man, look, it's been a fun one to talk with you. I hate it had to be like this. I hate losing. It sucks. But man, it's back on tomorrow night, and we got to get rolling, and we got to get hot, man. Yeah. Hey, like Ole Miss said last year, they were the last team into the damn tournament. They said don't let the Rebs get hot. So damn it, I'm gonna say it on this one. Don't let the Tigers get hot, baby. All right, don't let us get hot. Maybe we turn this thing around this week, Dustin.
It's time.
It is time. Keep it short and sweet. I like it, my guy. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Like Dustin said, if you could, go over to Apple Podcasts, rate the show, leave a comment, tell us how we're doing, what you like about the show. And if you could, just click the notification bell so you get an update of when we post all our content. Subscribe to the show and everything. Comment on the video, like the video. We would love to interact with all of the Auburn fans out there who love watching Auburn baseball. And with that being said, we will leave you with a War Damn Eagle, and we will catch y'all on the next one. We're out.